This would have a third row of seating. Consider me wowed.
Discover what you'll love about the 2024 3-row QX60 with Infinity Premium Care, included only at your local retailer.
When you get hurt in a car accident, everybody knows who to call.
The Law Brothers, of course.
Everybody knows the Law Brothers are the #1 car accident lawyers.
Everybody knows. We've helped so many people over the years, we've probably even helped someone you know.
The Law Brothers are available 24/7, nights and weekends. They never stop fighting to get you the money you deserve.
Everybody knows that.
We're the Law Brothers.
Accident or injury, lawbrothers.com.
Now at 4, breaking news, horrifying video of a violent rollover crash of a sheriff's deputy's cruiser. Good afternoon. This is the KTLA 5 News at 4. I'm Samantha Cortese.
And I'm John Fenolio. Surveillance video captured the violent rollover crash involving a sheriff's deputy in Santa Clarita this afternoon.
Video shows the deputy was T-boned at an intersection. Let's get right out to Mary Beth McDade. She's live at the scene with more details. Hi, MB.
Hi there, Sam and John. Yes, and I did speak with the watch commander at the Santa Clarita Sheriff's Station, and he says that that deputy was actually responding to a burglary when this collision happened right behind me here in this Santa Clarita intersection. Now, the watch commander says that the deputy was heading northbound on Bouquet Canyon Road around 12:15 when a gold Lexus that was heading westbound on Newhall Ranch Road crashed into the front passenger of the patrol car. Now, the impact caused the police car to roll several times before it collided with a silver SUV that was waiting at the stoplight. Authorities tell us that the deputy was miraculously okay. He was complaining of shoulder pain, though. Now, they don't know at this point if he suffered any fractures yet. They say he's still being treated and is in stable condition. As for the other drivers, the watch commander says, as far as he knows, one suffered minor injuries and the other refused to provide any statements and was picked up by family members. Now, at this point, the watch commander says that the investigation into this crash is ongoing. That's going to do it for us here in Santa Clarita. Mary Beth McDade, we'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Mary Beth, thank you. The wait for a verdict continues. All this in the former President Trump's hush money case. Today, the jury has been dismissed. They were in the courtroom deliberating for more than 4 hours. KTLA's Lauren Lister has more on today's proceedings.
Hi there. Court set to resume in the morning. Jurors dismissed after deliberating for hours, and they've asked to be reread portions of witness testimony.
The former president awaiting his fate in his New York criminal hush money trial, facing 34 felony counts of falsifying business records in the lead up to the 2016 election. He has pleaded not guilty and blasted the case against him.
Mother Teresa could not beat these charges. These charges are rigged. The whole thing is rigged.
A sea of media outside the lower Manhattan courtroom. The decision in the hands of 12 jurors, 7 men and 5 women. Before they began deliberating, the judge telling them, "It is not my responsibility to judge the evidence here. It is yours. You are the judge of the facts, and you are responsible for deciding whether the defendant is guilty or not guilty. You must put aside any personal opinions you have in favor of or against the defendant." Coming to a unanimous decision, no simple task, says a former federal prosecutor.
We're dealing with convoluted legal arguments and probably the most politicized trial in American history.
It's the first criminal trial of a former U.S. president. Not only that,
there's also a cast of characters who testified, including former adult actress Stormy Daniels, and of course the prosecution's star witness, Michael Cohen, who's a convicted felon and an admitted liar.
Former Trump lawyer and fixer Michael Cohen testifying that Trump directed him to pay off Stormy Daniels $130,000 to silence her claims that she had a sexual encounter with Trump. Trump's attorneys argued Cohen is lying outside court this week.
If there was an MVP, if there was a GOAT of liars, it is Michael Cohen.
The prosecution argued other evidence corroborates Cohen's account. The charges stem from reimbursements paid to Cohen. Trump accused of misrepresenting them as legal expenses to hide what they were really for. Trump contends the money was for legit legal services and has also denied the affair with Daniels.
How's it going there, Mr. Trump?
To rise to a felony, jurors must find Trump falsified records with intent to commit or conceal another crime. Prosecutors allege it was to influence the election. If convicted,
theoretically, he can be sentenced to up to 4 years in New York State prison. That's unlikely, though. If he's convicted, I believe Judge Juan Merchan will sentence Trump to probation.
The jury also asking to be reread the judge's instructions to them. At 6:30 a.m. our time, court set to resume. That's the latest in the newsroom. I'm Lauren Lister, KTLA 5 News.
And in the same vicinity, disgraced former film producer Harvey Weinstein was scheduled to appear today in that same courthouse as the Trump trial. Weinstein is back in court awaiting retrial on rape charges after his 2020 rape conviction was overturned. After that, he's due to serve a 16-year sentence for a 2022 rape conviction here in California.
He was convicted of killing his baby and wife now years after the crime. Attorneys for the LA Innocence Project told a judge today that the Scott Peterson case demands further investigation. Peterson is appearing via video feed from Mule Creek State Prison. The judge is hearing arguments over DNA evidence. Peterson's defense, the Los Angeles Innocence Project, wants access to DNA evidence they say could prove he did not murder his pregnant wife 22 years ago. They want to test 17 items, including a rope and a stolen van burned near Peterson's home. The Stanislaus County DA's office says they have no legal obligation to hand the DNA evidence over for testing, also arguing there is, quote, overwhelming circumstantial evidence presented at Peterson's 2004 murder trial that proves his guilt.
Major developments today in the investigation into music mogul Sean Diddy Combs. According to CNN, investigators are reportedly getting ready to bring some of his accusers before a federal grand jury. Combs has been named in 8 recent civil lawsuits since November. In 7 of those, the music mogul is accused of sexual assault. Following the allegations, Homeland Security investigators raided Combs' mansions in Los Angeles and Miami in March. There are also allegations of sex trafficking and money laundering. Some legal analysts say today's developments could mean the DOJ is moving toward potentially seeking an indictment of Combs.
If federal authorities do in fact charge him with human sex trafficking and money laundering and illegal drugs and drugging and raping women, especially if those women are minors, he may end up spending the majority of the rest of his life behind bars.
KTLA has reached out to lawyers for Combs and his accusers, but haven't heard back.
UC, here are Combs.
Dozens of UAW union workers at UCLA walked the picket lines for a second day. They're striking over the treatment of students during pro-Palestinian protests on campus. Workers at UC Santa Cruz and UC Davis are also on strike. Several university officials were criticized over their response to the protest, including UCLA's police chief. Today, a representative for those workers said there are more issues that need to be addressed. They say their right to free speech was violated when police used force to dismantle the encampment and remove protesters.